Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night also, whatever is the time you're watching this video. I'm very excited to be speaking to you all awesome people. Awesome because you all are committed to growth, committed to learn something. And it shows that you are really so serious about your career and your science, and especially communicating science. And that's why it feels great. And other thing I'm feeling excited is that because this is our first online course, and that's why I'm super excited. Thanks to Dr. Anandan and Bomaya for being so enthusiastic in taking this forward. And I was just looking forward to this this presentation. Today I will be speaking on effective oral presentation. 75% of the people, they have this fear of public speaking, speech anxiety. It's called as glossophobia. So you are not alone. Even I initially, I used to feel so afraid of speaking. If someone used to tell me, if it's in a party or something, if they tell me, Nalini, will you speak something? Or come on, now you have to go and tell vote of thanks, or you have to tell something. Please don't tell my name. Please, I'm not coming. Please. Everyone does that. If you tell someone, don't tell me. Please, maine bolunga. No, I cannot say. First they will say that. There are very few people who will just go boldly and speak. So that doesn't mean that only few people can speak that way. If we practice and if we have the mindset, and if we want to improve, so anything can be learned on this earth. Anything can be learned. So this speaking effectively also can be learned. Now, why do we have this fear of speaking, public speaking? Because we fear of being judged. Second thing, we fear of being mocked at. We feel they'll make a fool of me, and they laugh, and then we feel like being exposed. So because of these fears, it shows in our presentation. So now what you have to do about this fear is simply you have to overcome it. So how you are going to overcome it is simply by facing it. When I joined in CIFE, my HOD, Dr. N.K. Thakur, once he told me that, Nalini, you have to conduct one Hindi program. I told, no sir, please, how can I? I've never done it, I don't want to do it, please sir. Then he said, see Nalini, whatever opportunity you get to go on the stage to speak, don't lose it. Always you go and speak, and that's how you will learn. And then I took that opportunity, and of course I fumbled and all that, but then I used to always remember, whenever I used to feel no, I should not go, I should remember him. I used to say that don't leave any opportunity of speaking. That's how you can improve. And I remember when in my school days, maybe I was in 8th standard or something, and we were supposed to give a speech, and I was told to, and my father told me, you speak on Indira Gandhi. Okay, Indira Gandhi, first of all, a political figure. So I don't have so much passion. I'm not so passionate about it to speak. Anyhow, since there was nothing else and Daddy had given me a good speech, I memorized it and everything, and I was ready. On that particular day when I went, then teacher said, okay, Nalini, speak. And then I was like, normal, good morning teacher, and this that, and I'm going to speak on Indira Gandhi. After that, yes, I could not say anything. I just remember today how helpless and how nervous I was feeling. Then my teacher said, no Nalini, you have to speak because there are marks for this. You have to speak. Then I said, Madam, Miss, please, I have one request. I said, okay, what it is? I said, Madam, can I turn to the wall and speak? Because I'm getting afraid. All are looking at me. Can I speak? Look at the wall and speak. She was like, what? Everyone started laughing. So either way they started laughing, either even if I was speaking this way or that way. Then somehow I convinced the teacher, and you cannot imagine, I turned my back and was speaking to the wall. I spoke to the wall and I told that speech somehow, because I had a fear of facing the public, fear of facing my fellow fellow students, like what they will laugh at me and all that, same fear with everything. And I didn't know that the same thing, everyone was going through the same thing. So, and what we feel we are nervous and all that, but our audience sometimes, they are very sympathetic. If you are your authentic self, and if you are trying to tell, they don't care about all the small mistakes which we make, but we magnify our fears. That is the thing. So the first thing is, if you want to be an effective speaker, you have to change your mindset. Mindset means the way you think, the way you act, because what you think ultimately it comes into your action, it comes into your feeling, and motion gives rise to emotion. So if you act like you are confident and you are the best speaker, and that you are an authority on that subject and you know everything, and you are just teaching, and others, the audience don't know anything, but you are going to tell them, you are going to teach them. So that then comes, that gives you confidence. So the most important thing is the mindset which you have to develop before you go for any presentation. When I joined CIFE, I was told to, I was not given the work which I was fond of. I wrote one big letter to my director, Dr. S.D. Tripathi, that I am interested, my services are not being utilized, and I want to do a lot of work, research work, this, that, teaching and all that I wrote. He said, okay, fine. He told me, okay, you take a class. This I had not expected. Actually, I thought that I will be, given some research oriented work. He said, for you then take a class. I have to teach masters, and I was just a bachelor's graduate. Then and that time, I thought, okay, I'll teach on hematology because that is my subject. I just love it. So I thought, okay, I will speak on hematology. That time I had no idea that the fish cells are nucleated. Okay, I somehow studied here, there, something, and then I made my notes and all that. That time we didn't have this presentation and all that. Just the tools which we had was a blackboard and a chalk. But then what I thought was that I prepared myself before going. I said, I should take tuition classes. I told to myself that when I'm teaching the students, they're smaller to me, and I feel that, okay, I know everything, they don't know anything, and that's how gives me confidence, and I teach them so nicely, fluently and everything. So the same way I thought, let it be their masters, but I am the teacher and I know everything about hematology and they don't know, and I am the master on that subject. In that attitude, I went and have taken the class. And later on, afterwards, I came to know that, okay, that my that fish cells are nucleated, and you won't believe, no one pointed out that mistake at all. Later on, I came to know about it because I didn't speak on that the nucleated part at all. I think maybe that time. So this is how you have to prepare your mindset, to be more effective. Now, like as you know, the presentations are of different types. It may be a thesis presentation, it may be your project proposal where you want to get your project, approved, or it could be a lecture, or it could be a simple, general speech. It could be a farewell or whatever. So whatever is your topic, accordingly you will make your content, and beforehand only you have to think that where you are going to stress. For example, it's a project proposal, and definitely you want your project to be approved. So you have to stress on why it is important, what impact it will have, and it's always advisable to take a topic of which you are passionate about. You do research in that field in which you have a passion and you really love it. So that will come into your presentation. When you are so much attached to your research work, definitely that it will give you the power. And that time, and other thing is that you should be very, very clear about your why you are presenting this project proposal. You are presenting so that you get funds for doing your research. So when your why is clear, so when you come to that point, you will automatically speak effectively, and you know where you have to stress. You don't have to stress more on introduction and all that. So you have to stress the importance and what impact it will be having to the farmers or to the general public or whatever. Suppose you are taking a class, so what will be your outcome is that the student should get maximum or important information, or information which will be helpful to them. So that will be your endeavor. For example, if you are going to speak on a general topic, so then you will stress more upon the introduction part, so that the public, they know the basic and then they can understand. So the why is very important. After your mindset, once you have made your mindset, then your why should be important. Your why should be written in bold letters. What is it that you want to achieve after your presentation? Okay, so now in my next video I will be speaking on the groundwork which we have to do and our body language. And then even I want to show you a tool on a tool called the Mind Map software, where you can make your presentations more effective. And then I am also going to teach you, I love this, I am going to teach you on how to remember things in a particular order. So that when you are speaking, suppose if you have your presentation ready, PowerPoint ready, so when you look at it, you are speaking, okay. But when you don't have a PowerPoint, when you have to just speak like that way, so how we are going to remember the points and in that particular order, and also you will, and then because of that you will also not miss any particular point, because I also always had that, अरे मुझे ये बोलना था, वो बोलना था, and I did not say this, I did not say that, अरे I just forgot this, it was such an important point. So I'll just give you some techniques so that you can remember that. Maybe some of you might be knowing it, but for the larger benefit of the other people who don't know, I'll be sharing it to you. Okay, so let's meet in the next video.